What's up, everyone? Welcome to round 5 of the Portland Monthly Premodern Paper Magic Afternoons June 2024 tournament. We got a couple of new decks that I haven't seen camera yet, so without further ado, let's dive into the deck list. First up, we have Andrew on Rug Madness Survival. This takes all the benefits of the aggressive blue-green Madness deck and combines it with Survival of the Fittest, which seems like a pretty natural fit to add in some toolbox creatures and basically just add a little more late game. This list is also kind of unique in that it's splashing red mostly for the sideboard in Cave-ins and Pyrokinesis. There are a couple of City of Brasses to help actually play those cards, but by and large you're looking just to exile something from your hand to cast them, preferably a squee. Overall, the deck looks sweet. I can't wait to see how it plays. Next up, we have Jerry on his own version of Blue-Red Dreadnought. Plan's pretty much the same as most other Dreadnought decks, trying to get a big 12-12 out through Vision Charms or Stifles. However, he also has an aggressive red plan with Flings for those Dreadnoughts, just in case he doesn't have one of those. Also has 4 Bolts, 3 Lavamancers, and I think just a single Incinerate, as well as Fire Ices, which is always cool to see in a pre-modern deck. Very fun. Can't wait to see how it performs. All right, we got Andrew on the left, Jerry on the right. Both players playing sleeve colors that match mostly what they're doing. Andrew, of course, playing the Rug Madness deck. Jerry playing Blue-Red Dreadnought. He does have a Charm, but no Dreadnought. Couple of lands. He's got at least his 2 colors, so that's pretty good. I wonder if he's going to keep. Doesn't really have a good way to dig for a Delver right now. Or Dreadnought, sorry. Oh, looks like he's going to keep, though. Alright. Looks like Andrew will be starting us off. He's going to play a Forest and pass. Didn't really get a good look at his hand, but we might get at least see something here. Gonna crack the bauble, see a random card in your hand. Alright, what's this one? Counterspell. Well, good to know about. Little ways off from being able to cast it. At least 3 turns, probably. Alright, and then Jerry drawing. Hey, there we go. That's a good way to find something good. Taking a point off that City of Brass. Plays out a Wild Mongrel and passes. Alright, let's opt here. Looks like another Fire Ice. I'm taking it. Interesting. Okay. Draw a card for turn. I thought for a second that was a Dreadnought, but nope, it's just Proxy Mountain. One of the promos we get for playing. Alright, gonna Incinerate to make you discard something. At the very least, it's discarding cards. A Root Wall is probably the worst option. And then discard a Gush as well. Alright. So functionally a 2-mana Duress. Well, not even that. 2-mana... God, what's a Mind Bend or Mind Break or whatever? Whatever the one is where they just have to discard one of their choice. It's not great. Funeral Charm. That's what it is. Alright, an Impulse in hand. Has a Fire Ice. Are we just gonna try and fire the Root Walla? Is that what's happening here, or are we trying to kill the Wild Mongrel again? Looks like we're just trying to kill the Wild Mongrel again. Okay. Lose the Counterspell. Jerry's trading 1 for 1 here, which is not great. Especially with a clock actively on the board. Does have another Fire Ice. Has some ways to dig. Alright, goes to 14. He rips a Dreadnought. Makes it a lot easier. And it looks like we're just going to pass here. Makes sense. Or no, we're gonna... Okay, we're gonna try it one more time. Fire the Wild Mongrel. How much do you want to keep it alive? I guess it's good keeping cards out of Andrew's hand. But he does get to choose, which is not the best. Alright, it's coming in for 3. Let's try an impulse here. And Andrew does have counter magic in hand. He could have countered that, choosing not to. Deciding to save it for a more relevant spell. Another impulse. Do you just impulse here? Try and hit your Dreadnought? Or knowing that your opponent has counter magic, maybe wanting to do it on end step. You're not technically dead yet. Alright, we are gonna Madness out the Worm. There is a miscalc in hand. Is that gonna get miscalculated? It is. Still has plenty of mana to pay for that daze. That's in Andrew's hand. And we're just gonna swing in. No effects, take 3 more. Dropping down to 8. Getting dangerously close to the red line. Get an impulse. Still can pay for the days, so not seeing it here. And this is probably going to be the biggest factor. There is a lightning bolt. Andrew, of course, can still just discard to pump it up. And a Lavamancer. Well, at least that's a blocker. That is something. But Jerry looking a little like his back's up against the wall here. Alright, let's bolt. Make you discard 2 things. Jerry also getting a little lucky here that most of the Madness creatures in Andrew's deck have not been in hand when he's been doing this. Yes, he did get it with 1 Root Walla. And the Tempting Worm got cast already, but... Oh, is that actually another Tempting Worm? That would be very bad. Forcing your opponent to do the thing they want to do could be good if it's at the right time, I guess, but Andrew thinking here about how much he actually wants this Wild Mongrel. Knowing that Jerry will have that Grim Lavamancer up. Alright, is gonna go ahead and pay. Take a point for the City Brass. There, Andrew. There you go. Alright, so that will resolve. And then there's the hard counter, or pitching the counter spell, sorry. Basically works like a counter. And Jerry choosing to stifle the Wild Mongrel pump trigger, I guess, is what's happening here. So Andrew would have discard his last card, which is a Daze, and is not doing much right now. Jerry does just have 2 mana up, which is enough to play a Dreadnought, except Jerry's only got 1 card in hand, so I don't think it's worth it. Yep, losing the counter war, the Mongrel stays, and I think at this point the writing is fully on the wall. There's no way Jerry can win this game. All right, full send. I think you pretty much have to throw a blocker in front of the Wild Mongrel, I guess. Doesn't the worm have trample? It does. Yep, in front of the Wild Mongrel. So pump the root wall, take 6. Drops to 1. That's dead. You're a go. Even if he sees a Dreadnought. Too little too late. That was an artifact off the top of his deck, but I think it was a bauble. I don't think it was a Dreadnought. Anyways, here we are in game number 2. Remember, guys, to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. We got, I think, 9 months now of pre-modern content up on the channel. More to come. These monthly tournaments are definitely going to be a continuing thing we do into, hopefully, many years to come. So if you like what you see, make sure to hit that little bell icon or dongle the bongle or whatever people say these days. We did recently just hit 1,000 subs, so that is pretty sweet. Thank you to everyone who helped us get there. Much appreciated. All right, so Jerry gonna mull this time. Looks like Andrew has a keepable 7.
And then I'm sorry, what was your name? Oh, Andrew. Andrew, good to meet you. Yeah, I saw your name as LP on the thing.
There is a Dreadnought. There is a Fling. There's 2 Dreadnoughts. Is there a mountain?
Oh, okay.
I don't think there's a mountain. Oh no, I think we're shipping that back. That hand would be so good if there was a mountain in there. At the very least, getting to Fling once and land a different Dreadnought would be very good. I would love to see this deck do the thing. Hopefully it can. So we're going to 5, which is not great. Jerry is on the play here. No Dreadnoughts in this hand. Bunch of Firebolts, bunch of lands. Firebolts, Lightning Bolts. 2 miscalcs. He's got all his colors. I think you have to keep this. I think you're definitely playing a reactionary hand, but you do have to keep this. Alright, let's just leave up a Lightning Bolt. Discard a Squee, that's pretty good. And a Root Wall. It's both the Root Wall. Get that thing out of here. Alright. Opt in hand. Has the miscalc up. Andrew not going to forget his Squee trigger. Definitely going to be relevant in the early turns of the game for sure. Especially if he gets an early Wild Mongrel. Which I think is... No, we're going to get Survival. Also very good with Squee. That is going to get miscalc though. Very luckily having the counter magic up for that. And is hitting his land drops, but is looking for something that's actually going to end the game. Alright, Andrew drawing a foil. I'm going to opt here. Put that on the bottom. Is that another land? It is. Draw for turn. And another land. And Jerry just getting flooded here, unfortunately. But Andrew does not have much going on right now either. Let's Frantic Search. Discarding the Squee we know about, and the Worm we don't. That will resolve. Move to Andrew's turn. That is a big problem. And I don't think Jerry has a good way to deal with it. He has one Bolt and one Impulse, I think, in hand. He has been digging, but not found anything good yet. Alright, just take 4. Go to 16. No, it's another land in hand. Alright, well, it's not great. Playing out a Treetop Village, just adding one more threat to the board, and Jerry just flooding like nobody's business. This is a big problem. Yes, you might be able to bolt the Treetop Village, but that is still 4 damage coming through every turn. And here we go, animate it. Swing both. Are you just taking it all? He's just taking it all. That's not good. I guess playing around the counterspell. Alright, there's a bauble. Bauble you. 6 cards in hand for Andrew. Another frantic search.
And then I'll pass it over to you. Or play a land.
This is actually a really weird card because technically I don't know if I get to know what card you look
I feel like I looked it up before, and there's apparently no way of hiding
Little discussion, I think, happening on the timing of the bauble.
information.
He does draw on next upkeep.
It's just very strange. But yeah, I have to draw on your upkeep.
Tap, upkeep. Was that a mana leak? No, that's a boomerang. That's not a bad option. That'll at least save him a turn. But I think, well, until he did this, Andrew just had the mana to play it out afterwards. Alright, so are we going to boomerang first? We are. Do you have the counterspell? No, back to hand. And then bolt the village. Make those apes extra crispy. Andrew, give us a little peek on his hand. There is a counterspell, okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
And untap, go. 1 card in hand. Grim Lavamancer.
Excellent. Pass it over to you.
Well, it's looking pretty good for Andrew. Gonna take this in a clean 2-0 sweep unless something crazy happens. I think Andrew just deciding if he wants to hard cast or just get in there for damage. Yep, might as well swing for 3. Either take 3 now or jump block. Yeah, just take 3 now. Drops to 3
Oh boy.
and passes the turn. Oh, there's the Dreadnought. That is not what you want to see right now. No stifles, no flings, no vision charms. However, if... Actually, no, there's no way for Jerry to survive, because this frantic search is going to happen. Untap your lands. Oof, yeah, that's not great. We're just going to pack it up, and that's going to be game. Andrew takes it down in a clean sweep. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps the channel, and I greatly appreciate it. If you want to support the channel even more, there is a Patreon link in the video description. That money goes towards gear upgrades, travel expenses, and just getting more pre-modern videos out there. Thank you all again for watching. I'll catch you next time.